Hello, Daniel.
Yes, I am.
Daniel, where are you calling from, man?
Calling from Los Angeles.
You guys had some rain, didn't you?
He's not sure.
He's checking. He's looking outside real quick.
His telephone's not working because of all the rain.
You there, Daniel? Can you hear us?
Daniel?
Yep.
Hey,
I'm
there
here.
he is.
There he is. So you guys got some rain, right?
Yes, we do. Quite a bit.
Is it still raining?
We're not used to it out here.
No, I mean, it is
Calm
supposed to
down
be
for
the desert,
now.
but there is that ocean thing, you know. I mean, it's every once in a while it turns around.
Yeah, it's that big lake out there west.
Mm-hmm. So, what's going on?
So I had a question about maybe prioritizing the power clean instead of the deadlift,
All
because
right.
I'm an amateur sumo wrestler. So I was just wondering if the explosive element would change a little bit.
All right, let me point something out to you, all right? And I don't think you've read the book, have you?
Not yet.
Well, you've got to read the blue book because it deals with this. The gray book also deals with it in a little bit more detail. Power cleans are important in your training, all right? But don't do power cleans under the assumption that power cleans are going to make you more explosive as an athlete, because they don't. All right? So we haven't talked about this in a while, so let me go into some detail on this for you. All right? There is an equation for the concept of power. All right? Power means how hard can you hit somebody? All right? Mm-hmm. How fast can you display your strength is power. So whatever strength you've got, its rapid, explosive display is power. Now, this means that there is a way to calculate power, and the equation is P, power, equals force times distance over time. All right? Force is how much force you can apply. That's strength. How strong are you? All right? Times distance, and distance is inherent in the display. All right? It is if you're cleaning a bar off the floor to your shoulders, the distance is the distance from the bar on the floor to your shoulders when you're racking the bar in an erect position. Now, the other variable is the one on the bottom. That's the numerator. No, that's the denominator, and that is time. How long did it take you to display force over that distance? That is time. If time goes down, then you displayed the force faster. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, it turns out, and this is horrible, but this is the God's honest truth. It turns out that the ability to display power is controlled by your genetics, not by your training. All right. Now, I know it's fashionable for strength coaches at the collegiate and professional levels to pretend as though we can make our athletes more powerful. What we can do is make them stronger, but we can't really make them more powerful. If a guy is playing in Division I college athletics, or he's at the pro level, he's already explosive or he wouldn't be there. We don't recruit slow people for these jobs. All right? The test we use, and this is why it's in the NFL Combine, is the standing vertical jump. Because the standing vertical jump is a direct look into the efficiency of your central nervous system, specifically your neuromuscular system. All right? And the standing vertical jump test is diagnostic for power because you are standing with, it measures the distance from your upraised hand way up high over your head, the tip of your finger, to the position of the tip of that finger at the top of a jump off of the ground. Got it? Now, what the jump off of the ground does is accelerate your body's mass. And then we measure the distance that velocity carried you up in the air. So the relevant part here is that you bend your knees and hips, and then you jump up in the air. You've seen this done, I'm sure. How long do you think you spend straightening out your knees and your hips to generate the part of that movement pattern that carries you up into the air?
Well, it shouldn't be too long then, right?
No, it's a couple of tenths of a second.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, if you're an average guy of college age, your standing vertical jump is 22 inches. That's an average college age vertical jump. But if you're on the team, your jump probably is somewhere north of 32. You might be up in the 36, 38 range. The record standing vertical jump is, I believe it's 47 now. A guy with a 47-inch vertical jump has got a different type of neuromuscular system than a guy with a 22-inch vertical jump. Right?
Right.
It's fundamentally different in that the standing vertical jump measures your ability to recruit muscle mass into contraction in a very, very short period of time, and that's the nature of power. That's what power is. Okay? So when we deadlift and squat and press and bench press, we're building the ability to exert force against an external resistance. And then when we have you power clean, we are allowing you to do we're forcing you to do an exercise that makes you keep your display of explosiveness current with your increasing strength. As the power clean goes up, it goes up not because you're more explosive, it goes up because you got stronger. And at the same time, you're doing power cleans. That's why your power clean goes up. Right? So we don't, in other words, what I'm saying is we don't do power cleans to increase your ability to explode, because that's already controlled by your strength and your genetics. But we do power cleans because we want you to practice exploding. We want you to get used to the idea that you can move quickly, and there's no better exercise for that than the power clean. But to say that you're going to do power cleans instead of deadlifts and squats completely ignores the actual physiology of what the hell is going on as you get stronger and more powerful. So you think about that, all right? Because you can't emphasize power cleans over deadlifts. You have to do both.
Because I'm in my tail end of my second week of my first novice progression.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of watched the YouTube videos and had to change my squat up. I kind of grew up high bar squatting and
sure
Olympic squatting for college, so learning the technique was a little different. And then the YouTube comment said I might be stubby, and I'm probably deadlifting pretty shitty just because of my dimensions.
Well, what are your dimensions? What do you mean? You're short?
Well, 6'2", 265. My arms kind of hang down to my fingertips are at my mid-thigh.
It's about normal. It's about normal.
I don't know.
You sound like you got normal proportions for a tall person.
Yeah, And then
there's
the numbers probably aren't.
I've known real strong guys that are your height.
Mm-hmm.
Real strong guys. And 900 squatters and stuff. And so your height is not a handicap by any means.
Got it.
Are you already a pretty explosive guy? Were you athletic? Did you?
Yeah.
Play
What
sports?
is your standing vertical? Do you know what it is?
I think when I was playing football in my heyday, I was 310 pounds. My best standing vert was about 22 inches.
22.
What position did you play?
Yeah, left tackle.
Yeah, you're probably not the explosive freak then, or you'd had better than a 22-inch vertical. 22s, but by the same token, we don't know if the guy testing you knew what the hell he was doing. We don't have any idea what that. How old are you now?
25.
25.
Well, the only reason I ask is because you're, and Rip mentioned this, but the way you're going to get more powerful is to get your deadlift up, and for a guy your size, it's up 700 pounds. Yeah. So depending on where you're at now, you got some work to do. And if you're going to do sumo, you probably want to be deadlifting 700 pounds.
Yeah.
If you,
I'm at 315. I'm probably not grinding enough.
Well, you're deadlifting 315?
Yeah, you got some work to do, man.
Yeah.
You need to immediately get your deadlift up over 500.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, if you're going to play sumo, your hip extension strength is extremely important. It's extremely important. That is directly proportional to your deadlift and to your squat. You need to be rowing heavy, you need to be deadlifting heavy, and you need to be squatting heavy.
I mean, imagine if your deadlift was twice as strong as it is now. If you were twice as strong as you are right now, what you could do to another person.
Look, man, you may just have a coaching issue. I mean, it sounds like you're struggling with the various aspects of the deadlift.
Yeah.
A coach could probably straighten you out if you.
He hasn't got a strength coach, a competent strength coach.
Yeah, take a 30-minute drive down to the strength company in Costa Mesa. See those guys, have them look at your squat, look at your deadlift, and then get on it.
Yeah, they do our stuff, so we know those guys and they're competent. Are you familiar with the history of sumo? Kinda.
Yeah, I am. I've been doing it for a little bit.
Do you know who Chiona Fuji?
professional.
Do you remember Chiona Fuji?
I do. He's kind of the gold standard for.
That's a strong motherfucker. That guy was a strong motherfucker now. And we used to hear rumors that he was a lifter. I don't know if that's true, but that's the strength level you want. And but 315 deadlift, that's just baseline strength for a human male. That's not strong at all. 405 is really not strong. Guy your size, baseline strength ought to be 495. But if you get up to, high 6s, low 700s deadlift, that's probably about where you're going to want it to be. That's where you're going to see the greatest amount of carryover to the sport. I don't think that you need to become a power lifter, such that the amount of time spent under the bar is interfering with time on the mat, but which you can't have. But you have got to get the idea in your mind that a 700 deadlift is kind of where you need to be.
And more in the short term, that a 315 for a guy your size, your height, and your body weight is extremely inadequate.
That's inadequate.
Yeah, and not that that's why I keep saying it's probably a coaching issue, because you should be deadlifting way more than that. And if you're not, there's a problem somewhere, and you got to get it straightened out.
Are you working with some kind of coach right now?
No, I'm alone, but not making excuses. I used to deadlift 5 at 308.
You need to get back up.
Great, but I mean,
you need to get back up to that. You can return to that within 2 or 3 months, I would imagine. If you just get the idea out of your head that the power clean is more relevant to what you're doing now than the deadlift is. You cannot display strength that you do not possess. You cannot explosively display strength that is not there. All right.
If you're struggling with a 315 deadlift or anything, anything sub 500 for you, any amount of power cleaning is not going to improve your explosion or strength.
I would deadlift 3 days a week, adding 10 pounds of workout for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I would start adding 5 pounds of workout. And when I got up to, when you get up over 400, you can start doing some power cleans every other workout. But until then, you just need to just add weight every workout. Do a set of 5. Just one set of 5. Warm up, do a set of 5. That's 10 pounds heavier than the previous workout. Join us again this week on Starting Strength Radio. We're doing one of our famous call-in Q&As where you, the innocent public, calls us in effectively walking in to fate. It'll be wonderful. Join us. You'll see.